Dead man's blood. Tastes like chicken. Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Asha Media TV. My name is Asha, and if you're new here, welcome. This is my channel where I like to watch and react and review a variety of stuff related to sci-fi, fantasy, and comic books. So in today's video, I will be watching episode 20. 20. I can't believe I made it this far, but at the same time, I want to go further. Of the first season of Supernatural, in case I forgot to mention that. All right, so before I get started and pressing play on this episode, I gotta cover the basics if you're new here, so listen up, don't skip ahead. And non-newbies, subscribers, thank you again for your continued support of this channel, and skip ahead to somewhere where I'll see you anyway. So first things first, this is a spoiler reaction video and a spoiler review as well, and I may touch on episodes that I previously watched, so nonetheless, spoilers ahead, you've been warned. And second, if by any chance you've come across my older videos where I was showing footage and clips of the episode, I no longer do that here on YouTube, so just letting you know it's a watch-along process that I offer here on YouTube, so you get access to the episode on your end while I have access to the episode on my end. We sync up using my visual and vocal cues, and we watch the episode together. However, I do offer early access with bonus content to all of my reactions, and if you want information about that, it's in the description box for you. Alright, so now that I've got the basics covered with you newbies and you're ready to watch along with me for this episode, let's go! Alrighty, so if you're new, listen up for a little bit. I'm going to give you an overview as to how my reaction watch-along process goes. And if you're not new, skip ahead to the countdown. I'll see you then. Okay, newbie, listen up. So I am streaming from Amazon Prime Video, so if you're streaming from the same source, it's a little easier to follow along, but I don't think it should be that much of a problem, considering some of the stuff I put in to help you sync up with me. So I line up at 0000. You will see a visual cue for when I'm pressing play, pause, and rewind. And usually for play, I do a countdown, 3, 2, 1 kind of thing, and then play. And as for pausing, I tend to pause for 3 reasons. Number 1 being for buffering, lagging issues. Number 2, to rewind to a part in the episode that I want to see again. And number 3, to have a moment to comment with you, right? A commentary moment or commentary pause. I don't know what it's called. I have a different word for it every time. But yeah, so either way, it's a moment for me to just kind of have a tete-a-tete with you about what I've just watched or whatever I'm thinking about with the episode. So yeah, sounds pretty easy. It should be. In my opinion, it's easy peasy. But like I've said before, if you missed it, I do offer a stress-free alternative to this reaction. Information is in the description box for you. In any case, let's get to watching. Okay, so I'm about to do my countdown to play, but before I do that, I just want to quickly let you know, newbie or non-newbie, that I'm recording right now during the day, and so there's a lot of traffic for some reason in my neighborhood right now. I live in a very suburban neighborhood, and even though it's a stay-at-home order in my province, it's quite noisy out there, and my microphone is so sensitive, it picks up, and no matter how much I could try to kind of squash it down in audio editing, I'm just letting you know that there may be a moment, it could happen, where you might hear, like, cars, and it's not the episode, it's my environment. I can't suppress all the noise sometimes, especially during the daytime. So just giving you a heads up about that if it's somewhat distracting, but I will do my best in edit to minimize the noise. So just in case you're like, hey, it's a scene that doesn't seem to match up with a noisy car, it's likely outside on a street there. Anyway, let's get to watching. Let's go. Counting down to play. 3, 2, 1, play. Oh my gosh, like I'm so excited we might see this demon finally. And vampires. Love vampires. Are we gonna see JDM again though too? Hmm. Manning, Colorado. Present day. I'm telling you, they gotta get this book laminated. One coffee spill? Mm-mm. Oh, sorry. I thought it was the dad's diary for a second. Interesting looking group. All right, so the cliche of this is a bit obvious. I take it those are the vampires. And he's a vampire hunter, this old man! Right off the bat. What is he, Uncle Winchester? Like, what are the odds we meet someone else who is into this stuff? Well, I guess the odds are quite high, actually. Oh, look at that. Oh, okay, never mind. I was going to pause. Actually, no. Oh. Okay. Okay, no, it's bugging me. I'm sorry. I apologize. I know it's in the middle of action here. I'm at 3-3-1. I apologize. That's bad of me. So I'm going to go back. I just want to see what that picture was on his wall right here. Okay, so I'm at 3-11. So it's a picture of a vampire? Or... All right. So this guy is like John. That's why I'm like, is he related to John and Winchester and stuff? Or yeah. Okay. My apologies. Let's get back to this action. And 3-2-1, play. The coloring is so dark. Oh my gosh. Sometimes it's driving me nuts. Oh, right, that gun. Oh, fuck. This is like a demon shooting gun thingy. Aw. I kind of wanted to see a little bit of, like, their teeth or something, you know? Home cooking. That's a really apt title for a restaurant. Is that a real restaurant name? Dead Man. Eh? Wow, so dismissive. So they do know him. Let me guess, a family friend? His dad's friend. I'm telling you, man. Who needs Google at that time when all you have is John Winchester's book that needs to be laminated? Maybe they'll find more reference stuff they could use. Shove it in the book. A player? That's an interesting term. Player in the game of demon hunting. Yeah, that's what I thought it was his father's. Well, he's so old, so maybe he taught John. Maybe that's how John found out about this shit. Good. I want some more backstory on John anyway. How the fuck does he know all this stuff? Oh, they made quite a mess, huh? Jesus. Oh, that's smart. Is there an actual message? When did he have time to write that? What? Okay. I'll save my thoughts for my review part because I'm confused about how that came to pass. It's a letter. fuck? What? Is it really him? Oh my god! And you're sure now? All right. Well, it's very obvious the way they set that up. What'd you fight about? Man, John always comes like right on time for shit. What? Is this new for them? Whoa. Son? Oh. Okay. Pause. 1157. I have to rewind that because in like less than 10 seconds he dismantled every single aspect of vampires that I love. And it has nothing to do with this show. Holy shit. Okay. I don't know how much. We're gonna go back here. Okay, we're gonna go back so that's 20 seconds. I'm at 1137, counting down to play. I'm having a mind-blowing moment right now at the fact that they have not known of vampires, or they thought it was they didn't exist. Here I am thinking this was gonna be like a regular, oh, it's another vampire kind of thing. Holy shit, shit. Okay. 3, 2, 1, play. And they have glowy eyes. Kind of. It's an ugly ass shirt. Vampire playing dead. It is a good way to get a victim, I guess. I want to see their teeth. Please at least have vampire teeth. Yes! Kind of weird CG though. A little Buffy the Vampire Slayer teeth at work. Oh, we have a whole episode with them together like this. Why is he overly questioning the one person who gives them the information? Second set descends. Dean's reaction is quite classic at this point. The antagonism. Uh, yeah, that's a good answer. Because I'm not Team Sam on that argument either. I get what he's talking about, though, you know? He doesn't like to be told what to do. But whatever. Thing is, it's coming from someone who's experienced and who knows more shit than you do. Yeah, she's wearing a cross, too. Okay, I guess you're gonna die first. This is Luther. Oh, poor guy. Hmm. Which was when? Sam. Yeah, man. Sam is really pissing me off. Ugh. I'm with you, Dean. Girl, if you can escape, try. Especially while these two are at it. He just presumes she likes to watch that. Ugh. What do you think? Oh, they're gonna turn her? I don't know. What's happening? What's this? Okay, I guess that's a form of turning. I'm just gonna presume that for now, until further notice. That sucks. And just chop their head off while they're sleeping. Alright, look at Daddy's arsenal. He doesn't need one. Yes. Mm-hmm. So don't fuck it up, Sam. You know now. I have a feeling this is gonna go badly. They're all sleeping in hammocks. I like that. But they would have super hearing. They could sense a human presence. Unless those are really crappy vampires. Oh my god, for real? I presume at least their blood, hot-blooded human beings would attract the scent of these vampires. It's not gonna work. I just know it. I just know it. Something's gonna happen. Why would they think that, like, 3 dudes can take on a whole den of vampires? As if they don't hear that. They're supernatural creatures. The fuck? She's trying to get that gun. I think she turned. Yep. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Did he just drop the machete? Okay, gotta pause. I'm sorry. I gotta pause. 2714. Because I swear Sam ran out of that thing with a machete in his hand. Okay. 2654, counting down to play. 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah, he had a machete in his hand. Continuity. The editing, that's bad. Okay, whatever. And hang out? Oh, it's just the two of them now. Mm. Wow. Sure. Oh yeah. Where is his money? Oh, damn. Is he joking? Or is he joking though? They made up to you. Is that blood? Oh, they're gonna set a trap? Wow, that was a great scene. Oh my gosh. Prep myself with Kleenex. Alright, how are they gonna play this out? Ugh. That was good. I'm surprised she didn't see that coming though. Oh. Like clockwork. So, oh, that's why he said to go to a funeral home to get blood from dead people. Huh. That is interesting. No. Yes, JDM has another episode of some other show to record probably at that time. Oh. Yeah, it's true. Two-way guilt there. All right, maybe this time, I agree, it's an order they shouldn't follow. Well, if you want serial monogamy, become a vampire and mate. He's taking a real risk here. Yo. What if John becomes a vampire? Oh, okay. No. That's enough. That's too far-fetched. But if it happens, I will fucking, love it. Just cause. Really? Dean got... Their vampire senses suck. Yes, it is. Please let it be this easy. Please let it be this easy. Please let this be easy. Is that really it, though? Oh, yeah, okay. What about the bullets? Are they in there? Just couldn't be easy, could it? Oh, no. Oh, shit. This is like the worst point for him to die. Better not fucking die in this episode. Okay, good. Sam and Dean are there. Whoa, look at Dean's face! That would make great concept art, by the way, the way Dean held that machete and his facial expression. It's a good way to test it out, though. Is he dying or not? What is happening? Huh. The dad's face is like, it worked. Huh. That's good. Thank them. All right, so it's JDM for the till the finale then. Together. Yes! Yes! Yes, yes! Okay. Review coming up. Woo! JDM! JDM! So I think it's fair to say you know what the most memorable thing is for me from this episode, and is definitely Jeffrey Dean Morgan, John Winchester taking command. For sure, for sure. With some problems, of course. Now, before I discuss my favorite moments, favorite nuggets from this episode, I just want to quickly share with you, if you don't mind, a little bit of my somewhat backstory, or not backstory, but my history with my appreciation and love for Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and why it's always exciting to see him in anything. I was thinking back while I was watching the episode, when did I first see Jeffrey Dean Morgan? When did I fall in love with this guy as an actor? And I realized it was from his appearance in Grey's Anatomy. Now, right now, I don't watch that show anymore. It's been a long, long time since I've watched that show. But it's still on the air. And so if you're a fan, especially if you're a fan from the beginning, you'll know which season I'm talking about. And I don't want to give away spoilers, but I just want to say that Jeffrey Dean Morgan is such a good actor that he played a very minor character. But the performance was so amazing that even back then, I remember when the show aired and everything, I remember what a big deal it was. In fact, it kind of put him on the map a little bit in the TV world. And his character goes through a particular experience that the performance was out of this world. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated actors there is today. I really just want to see this actor praised and glorified as much as possible because he deserves it. He is so amazing. I have not come across anyone who does not respect him for how well he does his craft. And this episode is just more proof of that, which leads into my second favorite moment from this episode, and that is his heart-to-heart with Sam. And I can't imagine what it must have been like for these actors, Jared and Jensen, working with him, because when you look at that scene with Sam and John, on paper, those lines look very simple, right? When you were born, I put some money in your bank account and all that stuff. It seems simple on paper. But the delivery that JDM brought to the table got me teary-eyed. So the aha moment, I hate that word, but the revelation I had for myself really was, it's an actor's performance of the story. It's how truthful they are in telling the story that somehow gets me more emotional than the story itself. It's weird. It's a weird thing for me to kind of admit to myself and realize that a lot of the time it's just the performance that I'm moved by, and not necessarily the content, which is weird, and I gotta figure that out for myself. But where I'm going with this is that Jeffrey Dean Morgan is that good, people. He's that good that he brought me to tears with what seemed like such a simple scene on paper, but is way more than that, and pushes things a little bit further for me to understand John Winchester, to understand Sam as well, because Sam was kind of driving me a little bit crazy in this episode, and if you watched my reaction. But it was the coming together of this father opening up to his son who wants to understand him and understand his motives and understand everything really with him. I don't really have the words right now as I'm trying to think of them to express fully how awesome that scene really was. But it definitely is memorable and unforgettable, and I can't wait to hopefully see more of it. And the next golden nugget that I for sure will not forget from this episode is this whole new vampire lore stemming from this show. And I'm telling you, I had to take a moment before I started recording this review and ask myself, how did I not, what could it have been that made me not ever watch Supernatural when it first came out? I'm an avid reader of science fiction, horror, fantasy books. And it's like, I can't understand how I never came across to sitting down and watching at least even one episode of Supernatural. So I have to wonder, was it my destiny to watch it in 2021 under lockdown? I don't know, but I'm just happy that I finally got to this show. And now with everything I've watched and I've read about vampires, to have it completely dismantled to something so different in this series, it's a lot. It's a lot because, like I said, I've watched so many stuff. I've read so many stuff. I'm a huge Anne Rice fan, right? So when it comes to vampires, that's the main thing that's my go-to of books. I know there's tons of stuff I'm sure I've missed out on. But when it comes to vampires as a whole, I believe still Anne Rice is the queen of that. Except for her last 2 books, which I still have gripes with, but that's another story. I just thought it was brilliant in a way that all the common stuff you associate vampires to had nothing to do with this show. It's as simple as the fact that they just need to be beheaded. You can poison them with dead man's blood. And they mate for life, right? Just keeping it that simple makes it all the more harder for them to kill, for them to be attacked. And I like that because, I mean, if we had garlic in the picture, the cross in the picture, sunlight in the picture, it would have just been too easy. And so I love the fact that the writers chose to be like, okay, screw all that shit. Let's make it as hard as possible for them to die off. And also, let's make it where Dean and Sam find out about their existence. Because if you watch my reaction, I was shocked that they were like, huh, vampires? Those are real? And I was like, wait, isn't it not like one of the common monsters, just probably in some page on John's book or something, in John's book? And it wasn't. It was like completely a new thing. So I like that for the first time, we see Dean and Sam encounter a creature, a supernatural creature that they didn't even think existed, and that are now, I guess they're extinct or so, or there's not a lot of them pretty much. And now I'm wondering, are there consequences for killing that head vampire? Because the vampires are now new to the storyline of things, and they've killed the head vampire guy, and he was the life mate of that woman vampire, the one who's there from the beginning, obviously. I'm just thinking now, are we going to be introduced to different types of vampires? It's 15 seasons of this show, so I'm just going to make the safe presumption that it's not the end of vampires for Supernatural, right? And my next takeaway from this episode was this whole thing with John and, I forgot the character's name. Can't be bothered. I was going to look up on IMDb, but it's okay. The old dude, the one that died at the beginning. The fact that they've laid the groundwork so clearly and very obviously to show that this was someone that John looked up to, John learned from. Because I normally never get guesses right. I never, like, it's like, what? 9 out of 10 times I'm wrong. So I was a little surprised that I kind of got that right. But then again, it was so obvious. I felt the clues were there from the very beginning. Especially from the opening scene when I thought it literally was John's book. But it's a look-alike because that man taught John to make a book like that. Anyway, I thought that was really neat. And it gave me now an idea that the hunter's world, it's like a network of hunters, because even the head vampire guy said, you know, he's one of them kind of thing. So in this case, it seems to be whoever is willing to learn the ropes and go about choosing the life of being a hunter, which Dean has, you know, chosen for sure. And Sam seems to kind of be on the fence about, you know, I get it from this episode. He wants to go to school and become a lawyer. And I figure with 14 and a half seasons to go, there has to be at least one season where he goes and he finishes law school in one season. Please let that be the case, because then this whole argument of him going to school will be kind of wasted. But anyway, I definitely love finally getting a little bit of a window into the world of hunters. Even that scene where they were showing John's like a weapon set and Dean's weapon set was so different. And I'm just like, why couldn't you share some of that stealth stuff with your sons though, right? And also I think, correct me of course, it was also showing how seriously the father takes this hunting in comparison to where Dean and Sam are at. Or, you know, or maybe just experience differences. Either way, showing the contrast between John's weapons and Dean and Sam's weapons was very illuminating. And of course, another memorable nugget from this episode that I think is going to be very important to not only remember, but follow through till the end of the season is this super gun, this Colt gun, whatever, that can shoot and kill anything. And so I'm a bit confused what I was visually seeing depicted on the screen when he shot the head vampire guy in the head. And it seemed like, tell me if I'm wrong, and I know you will anyway, but did a demonic aspect of, like, did something, it seemed as if something left his body. And I can only presume it's, like, you're a vampire if you're possessed by some kind of demon. Because something happened there. There was something there. And I heard, like, the sound like growling or whatever. I don't know. So, if it's not a spoiler to explain what happened in that moment, am I right that some supernatural entity exited the body of that person because of the bullet? That would be great, because that's what it seemed like, but I'm not sure. And the last thing that I definitely will not forget from this episode is watching for the first time John Winchester, Sam Winchester, Dean Winchester together fighting crime and getting some insight as to how life was like as kids, likely. Goddamn, because he said it himself, he was drill sergeant and he forgot what it was like to, or what it meant to be their father. And, oh, God, that's such a great scene. I think I'm going to go back and watch it, honestly. But I cannot wait. I cannot wait to watch it and react and definitely share my reaction with you, my viewers who have been so supportive of my channel. And I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit surprised that there is so many of you who are interested in watching me watch a show that's been on for such a long time and has been gone for a while now. So thank you. I just want to thank you to my club members for your support and for your amazing insight. And to you, my subscribers here on YouTube, who consistently watch along with me and who actually appreciate my takeaways, even though I'm wrong at times. But the fact that you actually like watching along and following the process that I know is not very popular here on YouTube, but it's doable from what you have told me in the comments. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. You know who you are, and I do my best to acknowledge you, although I would love for you to become a club member. But nonetheless, thank you. To be really honest, I did not know how things were going to work out when I selected Supernatural as a show I was going to watch, because you never know if you're going to like that kind of stuff, right, when you started out. And now I'm pretty much almost obsessed. Not to the degree some of you are, especially when it comes to the music stuff. Sorry. But anyway, I'm just so happy that no matter what happens to all the other shows that I'm watching, Supernatural, I've got at least a good 2 years, it seems, or so, to really catch up and enjoy the journey. And it's just so awesome to have somewhat of a following of people who are interested in being a part of my journey with this amazing show. So there you have it. That is my reaction and review to episode 20. You know I cannot wait for episode 21, and it's going to come up sooner than you think, trust me. Nonetheless, if you enjoyed this video, you know how you can show it to me. Just follow the prompt you see there on the screen. Right there. I know you see it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Asha, and until episode 21, peace out. Thanks for watching. Check out my other videos and subscribe. You know you wanna.